Let's do 26. Says developing countries are sometimes given aid by charities and foreign governments. True. Which aid program would be least likely to lead to long-term economic growth? So a short-term aid. An irrigation system will help long-term economic growth. You can increase your crop yield. Construction of an airport will probably lead to economic growth long-term. Distribution of gifts of food is a short-term remedy. So, so that is least likely to lead to long-term economic growth. Let's check D. I think C is the answer. The training of technical staff will lead to long-term economic growth, but in the short term, you're using resources to train technical staff. So for 26, the answer must be C, a short-term solution. A good idea, but a short-term solution. Question 27, what is a valid economic argument in favor of trade protection? Protect infant industries. That's the one I always remember. A says it allows greater consumer choice. No, trade protection will restrict imports, so that will reduce consumer choice. A cannot be true. It encourages trade liberalization. Well, no, trade liberalization is the opposite of trade protection. So, no. C, yes. Trade protection helps support infant industries. And infant industries might be something like auto production, where developing countries starts to produce automobiles, and they want to protect that industry for some time against substantial international competition. Trade protection does not keep prices lower. It tends to keep prices higher because there's less competition. Imports are often lower priced. So the answer for 27 must be C. How about 28? What is most likely to happen if South Korea builds a factory in Switzerland that becomes profitable? Then, this is a balance of payments question. If South Korea invests in Switzerland, they're exporting investment. South Korea's imports of goods will decrease. That's not an effect. We don't know. 28B, South Korea's investment income will increase. Yes, they said that it was profitable, and South Korea invested in Switzerland, a foreign country. So South Korea's investment income on their balance of payments will increase. B must be true. Then they say Switzerland's trade balance in goods will worsen, but we don't know. Switzerland, this South Korea factory might produce in Switzerland and export. Who knows? But C, we don't know. And Switzerland's trade balance in services will improve. We're not sure. We're just not sure. B, 28, the answer must be B. For question 29, which government policy is most likely to improve a country's balance of trade? Let's see. Decrease the exchange rate. Decrease in direct taxation. That will increase aggregate demand, but probably won't improve the balance of trade. it might increase purchases of imports, so that might harm the balance of trade, but we're not sure. Decrease in the exchange rate, reducing the value of your currency compared to other currencies on the foreign exchange market will increase your volume of exports. So that is likely to improve a country's balance of trade, more exports. So C is probably correct. Sorry, I said C. B is probably correct. C says a decrease in the level of tariffs. So no, C will not improve a country's balance of trade because a decrease in the level of tariffs will increase imports. That will worsen your balance of trade. And D says an increase in government expenditure. We don't know. It depends on what the government spends their money on. Actually, that might have a negative effect on the balance of trade, but probably not a positive effect. So B is the answer for 29. And question 30 is about tariffs. Okay, here's some tariffs imposed on imported tropical fruit in the European Union. Let's see. Oh, according to the degree of processing. That's interesting. And fresh tropical fruit, you can see the table. Fresh tropical fruit has a lower tariff rate than canned or bottled tropical fruit. So why? What might be the reason equals why? The answer A says to encourage imports of processed products into the EU. No, because these are processed products. Fresh fruit is not processed, it's just fresh fruit. So this discourages imports of processed products in the EU. To encourage tropical countries' exports. No. And C, maybe to help manufacturing industries in the European Union. Yes, because the more manufacturing, here's canned, that's manufacturing. Bottled is manufacturing, it's production. And the more manufacturing intense the product, the higher the tariffs. So C must be the answer for question 30. Let's see. D says to help tropical countries develop manufacturing industries. D is the opposite of true. D cannot be true. So C is the answer for question 30. Hey, if you like this, you can like me over there, and you can subscribe over there, and you can ask a question down there somewhere. Any questions are welcome. Have a good day. See you in the next IGCSE MCQ paper.